one's closing this out in 2. I still think, I said going into this series, I think EnVyUS will pick this up and we will see cash. That's what I want to see. I think that's going to be a really, really exciting finish, but we'll see whether GT can close things out. It did look like the better team overall, I have to say. You have to remember that EnVyUS did win both pistols as well and get the ecos after it as well. Not to take anything away from pistol victories. What are you laughing at?
Just next, doing the 360 for the high five.
Nice. Bit of flair?
A bit of flair.
Well then,
flair.
Here we go. EnVyUS versus G2, map number 2. G2 looking to book themselves a place in the semi-final. They've gone with 4 sets of armor on the T side, very similar, 4 sets, but Apex hits a utility play with the 1 smoke and flashbang. Judging by the setup, that smoke will be used towards connector, and this is a brawl. Look at the aggression from the CTs, going for the kills early on, but Kenny has to find the first one, and it's actually chaos here. Can actually G2 do anything with this?
Sixers trying to fight back. Meanwhile, though, they think B's going to be open. They've actually left Chucks to anchor this down. He's got a kid on the B site, no armor. But that aggressive play from the armored players is going to start to funnel them back that direction. Smiths, he thinks he's being clever, but it is happy and it is drop, and he's already down. He's already waiting for these rotations, so Shocks might be left to his own devices. They've gone by him. He stayed alive on the stairs, and when they check it, he hits the shot on Devil. Now he's got the chance to try and find out Sixer. They can't go for the safe plant. Kenny's going to try and move it in behind the tree instead. But that's where Happy's rotated back in from. Now they start to get in position. As the smoke hits the doorway, it's RPK that's going to climb up onto the ledge. Try and find a way through. Additional smoke at the arch. Body with an opening. Kenny to face him directly and tear his head off with a Glock from behind the rock. Fate straight forward as RPK has to run away from this. So they get aggressive. They funnel it over, but their plan to try and foil that with Shocks, it gets spoiled by Happy in the windowsill.
Well, there it is. EnVyUS will pick up the pistol. That's actually a strategy from the CTs we've seen from Liquid before. Sending 3 towards the long hauls. The idea is to be funneling back towards B, try and find the initial kills. They weren't expecting so many EnVyUS players to be there, and it's going to be Envy with the lion's share of the kills. Kenny S picks up 2. We did see Shoxy, though, making things interesting towards the backside. Got completely undetected there. Took down 1. Had he found the bomb, maybe could have done a bit more of it, but it wasn't meant to be, and EnVyUS do pick up the T pistol round. It is a T-sided map, so it's important for them to carry on with this and get the 3-0 once again. We do see the force by once more from G2. Very common in the French economy game. They're going to be having, of course, Smiths without any armor. And look at this buy map. This is interesting. 4 MAC-10s and 1 UMP. Not a single rifle. That does suggest they'll be focusing towards drop down, trying to get in very quickly. You don't want to try and work picks here and give away. You haven't got an AK. I'd say they'll be going straight in.
Scream's going to get boosted at long. That's going to be irrelevant with this 3-man setup they've got toward it if what you say rings to be true. With a fast play onto the B site, Smiths. Quick peek out toward long, Devil. Some pre-fire back in that direction, and Chucks gets tagged up. He's going to continue facing them. He's going to get aggressive, and he's actually got a shot into Smiths, who's the unarmored player coming back in from drop. So he's forced back by Devil. So as Shocks tries to find any damage, it does funnel them back over. And that does mean this stack, this 3-man setup, could start to work, all due to Shocks just pushing them back that way. Good jump around by Sixer. He'll spot them up, and it's RPK to counter peek it, though, and Sixer will go down. First kill in favor of G2 on these pistols. They give up top mid in doing so, but RPK hits a lovely shot onto Kenny S. It's Apex to find him back. Happy gets absolutely annihilated by Shocks. This is all suddenly onto Apex, and it's, as you said, the SMGs. It's now MAC-10 picked up by Scream and Shocks. They've got armor as well, so it's not like the MAC-10 that Apex has can start to tear them apart in that regard. He's just got to hold off against the bomb. Look at them coming in numbers. He's found 1 kill. They're up above, though, and he's missed the shots down low. G2's going to pull this back.
What a horror show of a round from EnVyUS. Like I said, if you're going to go 5 SMGs, surely you want to be going in there fast, taking the close-range duels. They go down to a default there, and it's the Deagles, the 5.7s that are coming out on top. They're separated as well. They're not sticking as a tight unit. I thought for sure that'd be getting to drop down, get in quick, and just shut down any sort of CT opposition there. They actually have a horrible call. Not a single rifle there, but they do get the plant. That does give them the option to force buy back in return, but CTs, they're going to be operating with the MAC-10s back as well, so this could get interesting further. As EnVyUS now, they bring out the rifles. It'll be a Galil in the hands of Kenny S and Apex with the AK. 3 pistols to back them up. This could be interesting. There's only 1 rifle on the G2 side. That's going to be in the hands of Scream. A huge round for either side here. Still options to play with for EnVyUS, but that was a bit of a blunder, I have to say, in terms of their approach around number 2.
Smith's good times the bullets. The beat of the drum and pushes through with the MAC-10. Shots coming back in from Apex, though. That now reveals the fact that at least 1 AK-47 is in the hands of the terrorists. It is just 1 as we know it, but we'll see if that dictates how slow they play. That nade is perfect. Nade's in the door. Devil, Apex, Sixer. Absolutely lit by that grenade. They're going to have to fall back. 48-72 on the HP graph.
Yeah, that was like a kill in itself in terms of damage. Absolutely perfect. Lands in the middle of 3 players. Huge advantage in terms of the HP for the CTs, but they're still weakened by these Mac 10s. But Shoxy primed to actually get in behind the terrorist here. He has got a player lurking. That's Happy, of course. Knife out. He needs to be careful in this situation as he flashes in towards drop down. The BXQ comes in.
Yeah, that means he won't be able to surprise all of them. They've already wrapped around that AK. It's found a kill. Shox will pull it back. Happy's going to relay information, though. So they've got time to react to this, to respond, as Kenny's going to get toward the stairwell. We know in the post plant that new additional stairs can be quite beneficial to the terrorists. As Shox just double checks to make sure no one else is coming over late from A. Now he'll join the rest of his team, but a smoke out in front of the door, and Smiths can't go through just yet. RPK as well is waiting inside of the drop room area, as to his body, and it's really a long battle to play against Kenny S, as he's got this Khalil in a prime position. Sixer holds door. It's going to be Smiths down, RPK as well. Devil with that kill, but Shox has pulled one back in the other direction, and Devil's fallen. It's suddenly just Sixer remaining. It's down to the one-on-one, but he's on this defuse. Shox is a kid. 2 seconds. Sixer, he's not made it around the corner in time, and he goes down afterwards as well. Shox, he's done it all. Happy goes down, and he makes his way back into the site.
Was that a miscommunication play there? Shoxy crossing to the side. He got a kill as well. They knew he was coming from behind. Sixer just didn't see the cross. His teammates start shouting at him. He could be going for that defuse there. Shox, the only player with a kid as well. The only way they could win the round. The bomb was so close to exploding. And what a round it was. EnVyUS looked like they were set up perfectly there. No chance for GT to get back into it. All of a sudden, the SMG kills rain in. And EnVyUS getting the bomb down. Can't buy into this. And Smith's aggressive towards middle, taking down Apex, 5 on 4, and that's enough work done.
We found another angle Smiths likes to go early on. We talk about Dust too. Well, he's done it twice now, this time with the AWP, and finds an early kill against EnVyUS. It's Apex that will fall. And Devil, use that gap as you like, but it's sparring opportunity. Okay, finds it. All right, credit where credit is due. I was going to say a sparring opportunity with just a P250, but he manages to push through and catch them off on that, because Scream didn't spot it, and he leaves his teammate vulnerable. Shox never saw it coming as he watched drop.
Where's the weapon from Shox? It hasn't been obtained just yet as the rest of the teammates come towards B. Sixer chimes in with the deagle kill on Scream. This gets interesting now as the CTs have to rotate in. They have no information where the Ts are, but there it is. Body with 2. Both headshots, of course, and RPK to finish things off. Just one player remaining. That's Happy, and he is dealt with in the end. That got a little bit scary there for G2, but RPK and Body managing to pick up the pieces. Shoxy going down to the hands of Devil. We thought that could be a little bit potent for them, but they managed to get the 3-1 here. Money available now for EnVyUS. The orb comes out in the hands of Kenny S. We're interested to see the CT side especially. How is he going to perform? Will he be going towards the A side again, like it worked before when we were in Cluj and events like that? And that was the standard setup for them. They seem to rely on him in the back of B now. First gun round comes in, an MP9 for Shoxy though. No grenades.
RPK just rotating back around, and as we say, you mentioned Smiths. Downed early to just a fraction of his HP.
Indeed.
It's an AWP though.
Yeah, he must have gone for the aggressive pick once again. I assume Kenny took him down. And he will be working towards long air right now. 4 players from EnVyUS. This is a classic. Happy towards drop down. This is just textbook EnVyUS for now.
Second time we've seen the boost. It was Scream, second round, and a 3-man stack. It's a 3-man stack on a gun round this time with Shox up there. So this worked last time, and this could actually work doubly so for at least Kenny S to go down, because they're baiting him a nice shot by Kenny. Jumps it perfectly, lines it up, but Shox has had enough. He's just going to take the fight. He's got an AWP, but Scream's fallen to Apex, and they've made it in from the top of middle. So he has to fight back into the site to Shox. There's 2 AWPs on that corner, so keep in mind in the post plant, if there is one, Sixer gets denied. He's just walked back in, Shox. He's doing all the fighting himself, and he's getting aggressive about it. He's read Happy. He's found Happy. He's doing an excellent job as he's up to 3 kills. There's only 1 left. It's Apex. And it's a bomb on the site. Quick bait to try and pull out exactly where Body's coming from. It's not going to be door. Unfortunately, Apex, your read is wrong. It's the bottom of middle where now he's going to get stacked up with Shox. He's since gone down, but it's a trade immediately. They double up, and this is exactly what Helvor said on the desk. Vendetta said, Shox has coined, actually it might have been Launders, either way, it doesn't matter. He's coined this way of, never mind this 1 versus 2, let's play apart. Get together and immediately trade in those post-plant situations.
This is why he's regarded as one of the best players to ever touch CSGO. It looked like a guaranteed round for EnVyUS, but he has to work. His stocks off there, pushes through the Molotov, finds the deny on the bomb plan as well. EnVyUS just didn't even see it as a possibility. Once again, Happy lurking. Shoxy just so aware that might be a potential. Takes him down, round over, 2 versus 1. They did well to get it down to just Body, but he is able to get the trade in at the end. Gives them 2 targets, and now it's 4-1. G2 getting a pretty convincing lead now. The bomb's planted once again. Lost bonus at the 4th stage. Been so many tense rounds here, but it's a double orb setup this time. This is the player on the screen right now. So intelligent, so well played, and Apex just in such a difficult position to finish things off there. 4-1. Kenny S, no orb this time, just a Tech 9 in his hands, and Shox, he's going aggressive. He's confident right now. He wants to be finding these kills by himself.
Sixers just going to wait on the outside of this smoke. More passive this time from G2. EnVyUS, 1 round so far on a T side.
Yep.
Tech 9 for Kenny. It's not an AWP, that's for sure, far from.
So many close rounds, so many one-on-ones. The clutches have been so prevalent in this game, but G2 taking all of them since the pistol. A big round here. EnVyUS, if they get the bomb down, they can buy it to next round the maximum launch bonus. The G2 money still was not stable by any means.
They've cleared out danger. Apex has done that task.
But you can see towards the upper B platform, that's where they're going back towards. Scream. He's aggressive, being baited in by Shoxy. They want Shoxy to be spotted, take a pot shot off. It doesn't matter if he gets the kill. Scream will clean up here. This is going to be good.
He's waiting, but he's in the open. He's standing wide of the smoke. It's only good for 1, and the shot from Shox not landing. He's taken down. Devil's got 2 on the way through. Welcome to hell. Devil's in charge. It's going to be Body that's going to have a problem because he's got players on either side, and it's Happy that walks out to find the kill onto him. He'll turn back. RPK does get him down, but bomb planted. RPK gone. That's one of the AWPs. Smith says the other one. Does he save it? Does he go? And it's go home to save.
Yeah, well then. Like I said, I was building that one up. It looked perfect at that point, but Screams decides to smoke instead of actually holding off and using that setup to their advantage. He wasn't baited in at all. He gets the first encounter, only finds one, and then Shox. I thought no AWP position. He'd be able to actually find the second kill and stay alive and fall back, but it's Devil, like you said, stepping up once again. He was good on Dust too, and he finds 2 very influential kills here in round number 6. Guarantees his team the round. Smith's smoked out of position, has to fall back, and like I said, the CT money, he doesn't even have an option to go for this clutch. He needs to save this weapon to go to the next round if they have any chance of buying into it. EnVyUS are back. It will be 4-2 as the bomb explodes around us. Very loud sound here, but I like it.
That goes well. I mean, it's an art center. It's an auditorium built for music, so the acoustics make it sound incredible.
Well, here it is. The buy comes in. It's not perfect. You can see RPK. He purchases the FAMAS. They're trying to distribute the wealth. There's now 2 of them. A couple of kits, 2 incendiaries. This comes down to Smiths. He has got the AWP. Where is he heading? Towards B by the looks of things for now. As he smokes off towards drop down. He's actually just going to be utilizing that to help out his team. He'll probably go back towards A at this point, but another default from EnVyUS. Kenny S back on the AWP, of course. Salvage from the previous round.
Boost up for Kenny to try and find an opening. Your turn. Devil's done enough. He'll carry you literally this time to try and get the AWP into a better position. Smoke out late. Body. He's going to try and spray through it, and Kenny guesses that he's off to the right. He's not quite there. That new stairwell. Smoke's waiting again. Flash over Apex. He's going to want drop. They haven't really tried to take drop too many times. It's more been B long and A that have been the approaches so far for EnVyUS. And speaking of, it looks like A is going to be more the approach this time. 51 seconds to work with, and we know it's a long rotation. It's a bit like overpass in that sense for the terrorists. You have to commit fairly early to the bomb site you want.
It will be an A play, though. The bomb is committed towards middle. 40 seconds. RPK's boosted, though. Gets one, just about stays alive. That's very influential. And Happy, once again, always ready for these rotations.
There's 2 members here, though. There's going to be someone, he slows down. Body. He could have been hot on Happy's heels, but he's going to wait. And that's going to let Happy come into this picture and get there to an empty bomb site. His teammates have done the rest. 6 are taking down Shox, but they don't know where Body is, so they're going to buy a little bit of time here. Happy, he's starting to read it. He's not shown face yet toward the site. He's got to be somewhere. He's got to be late and lurking, and Happy's found him. So it's going to go up to 3 rounds now for EnVyUS. They're starting to get rolling in this, and unfortunately that does mean money isn't really a thing right now for G2.
Definitely not. You have to say, though, say what you want about Happy, but when his flanks work and he's holding the rotations, it does look incredible. It pays off. And this time he reads it perfectly once again, not backstabbing towards drop down. He's waiting for the CTs to push to B halls. He picks up a very influential kill and watching the flanks as well. It's Smith who's having a hard time here. He's only on 1 frag so far. And like you said, G2 onto a full eco here. Haven't really purchased much. Just Shoxy with the Deagle. A couple of P250s and Kenny S starting to come to life now as he gets the first kill on Shoxy.
Try as you might from that range, Happy, but okay, Smiths gets in behind him. He's completely unaware. Smith finds a pistol kill, picks up a MAC-10. That's one to start things off, bring it back level. And this is EnVy want to approach the A site this time in the stack over toward B. It's just Smith that's nearby with that MAC-10. Now he sprays through, actually times it correctly, does damage onto Apex, but not enough against the armored players. So I should get the bomb down. That goes without saying in this. Can they keep the guns up? Start to build in. Smith's pre-fires out. For anyone playing up close to the balcony, that'll give away his position, but it doesn't really matter. Retake, I don't think, is in the cards. It's more about exit kills, as we see two players waiting toward B for that exit point. Two players now out toward the courtyard and the statue, or if they go back toward T-spawn the safe way. So there should be at least one confrontation here if they can try and get a gun on the G2 side.
Saving that MAC-10. Will be at third stage loss bonus going into the next round. So $2,400 on top of their 2K average right now. So enough for a reasonable buy here. If they can pick up another kill with this MAC-10, that would certainly help their campaign to get an AWP. Body getting baited in. There it is. Smith gets it. It's an extra $600. That means he definitely will get the AWP. And that's a deciding factor. He definitely wouldn't have had it, but now he has 5K. So that's enough for a glass cannon at least. Smith's with 5K, same with Body. But EnVyUS now tying things up after winning the pistol. It was 4 in a row for G2, but EnVyUS fighting back in the last few now. 4-4. AWP's back out, like we said, glass cannon, only one kit and limited with the grenades as well. What's the play here? So EnVyUS keep running the defaults with the lurk roll of Happy coming in. So far, they're just holding for aggressive play. 2 boosts towards those B halls.
And Kenny again is boosted. Just waiting for the shot to present. Quick crouch mechanic. Some bullets do actually go in that direction, so they are hoping that, or rather anticipating that he's there as Sixer waiting for the flank. Molotov down, Apex in, same as last time, but the flash mistimed. He's gone over the ledge a little bit too early. Meanwhile, Kenny S, that boost does pay off. Body has gone down at long. No rotation yet from this. No, Smith's trying to scurry over, and he's actually right. This is how you know it's a French derby and they know each other well, because they try and force that rotation on a single kill back toward the A site. The AWP is still over there for G2, and Happy again getting down on drop. They're aware of this setup. They know exactly what EnVy's up to. And G2 is going to have 2 players plus 1 already past Happy toward the A site. Devil's the first one up the ramp. He's going to go through the smoke. RPK finds Sixer, and now it's Shocks to take down Devil again. These rotations, they're quick, and Kenny's not aware of it. It's Apex to find one back, but he's on 6 HP, and Smith's never left the site. He stays home, and he'll keep his home. No eviction today as they go up with conviction 5-4 over EnVyUS.
Yeah, lovely run there from G2, actually losing the first frag as well. EnVyUS decided to go back towards A, but G2 read it, rotating Shoxy over to that balcony area as well, and he's very influential. Finds the first kill, drops down, takes Kenny S out of the equation as well, and Apex left in a difficult situation. As G2 answering back and taking the lead once more, and you can see still going into the next one, they gotta have a full reset. Lurking against them as they go into round number 10. Famous UMP, 1 AWP. It's quite similar for EnVyUS as well. Their money's not fantastic. This is a big round for either team. Could be an eco if either side pick it up. That smoke's actually given Smiths a little bit of a gap there towards the right. That could be interesting. It landed on top of a Molotov, which means it blooms just above the fire.
Ooh, Shocks. Careful, mate. Down toward Statue. Does get taken down to 44, but he'll get away. Actually, he just goes to 87. I assumed it was him that went low, and my peripherals can't read, but my eyes can when I look. It's Smith's on 44. My mistake. And that gap in the smoke, it's gone now, but he's still trying to utilize it with his second one deployed in that position.
We have got drop-down control for the terrorists, so this will be a B-sided play. 1 minute remaining, and Smith's still trying to do work with the AWP. He gets Sixer, looking for a second, and he nails it as well. That's going to be the drop-down play coming in from the terrorist, but Body, he's shutting it down. Smith
dancing in the smoke very well. And Bomb is still inside of that corridor. Kenny, 1 versus 5. Spotted, taken down. Smith's 3 in the round, and he is up to the challenge right now. Maybe we just need to provoke him more with grudge matches, with rivalries, with Kenny S, because he is stepping up to the challenge, not only on Dust 2, but here again on Cobble.
Yeah, he started off pretty slow as well, but these last couple of rounds, he's been finding influential kills, and this time he gets 3 by himself. Doesn't need the backup from his teammates. Nice stuff from him. It's going to be 6-4, and like I said, either side were weak there. Whoever lost it was definitely going to an eco. So EnVyUS now full eco, and they're only going to get $1,900 next round. This could be pretty scary for them going forward, but Smiths, he managed to get the AWP. It's actually going to be third stage loss play. That's my mistake. But PT50's here. Six are getting a bit of positional control towards long, but can't nail the shot towards RPK. And RPK going aggressive towards mid. Should get the double spray down here. Just Devil waiting for him. The bomb drops. Simple procedure there for G2, and they get 7-4 here. Remember, this is a T-sided map. It's EnVyUS's pick as well. Need to start picking up some more rounds. They will be buying into this. About 4K average for each member of the team. No warp at all. So 5 AKs. Limited with utility as well. They do get 4 smokes. I'd like to see some sort of wall of smokes execution here. Something a bit more tactical. Has been pretty default play so far, trying to work the picks and then capitalizing when you find them.
So the bait in from RPK, shocks toward danger. Again, G2 are running this 3-man setup on the A site. They certainly know EnVyUS likes to go this direction.
It's true. We very rarely see this from EnVyUS on the SCD side there.
Yeah, you see the opposite. One player here.
Just one player, and they're quite stubborn at holding this position. It's going to be a brawl here. Once again, Scream joining Shoxy and RPK is aggressive, and Shoxy gets a first kill, but he wants more. Looking for 2, but Sixer takes him down.
Okay, now this 3-man setup comes to play, though, because with 1 down, how much more can they really read out of this? They've run into it 3, well, this will be the 3rd time. RPK and Scream, both on the outside. Sixer low. And they are going to get out of there together. Flash over. They both need to run away from this. Watch top mid, though, because as they're out there and occupied, there's no one rotating over early enough. So Body can't stop them from actually wrapping around on the corner, and Devil's going to do exactly that. RPK might find one, but Devil, he's countered it back, and Kenny's going to push RPK. This is EnVyUS now with a man advantage, and Body just getting inside the site. Now he's committed. He's gone off balcony. Good damage done early to Kenny. And he gets on top of the site. Kenny's going to fall. That's bomb drop. There's 38 seconds to go back for it. And thankfully, it gets flung quite a ways forward from where Kenny went down, so Devil can grab it without too much trouble. It leaves Smiths in a 1 versus 2 with AWP. A smoke on the doorway, but no further utility to hold him off. He does have a kid. Balcony, though. Watch Happy's position. They'll hear him scope in, but Devil gets caught in the open. I question that. Why peek? Oh. And Happy just barely controls that.
Yes, absolutely. His head just spotted as Smith's committed to the jump there. The 5-7, you can see a sigh of relief coming in. I don't think he can believe it. The 5-7, at that sort of range jumping, it doesn't matter. It definitely can hit. And 1 bullet could have done it, but he manages to negate that bullet and comes into 1v1, but EnVyUS pick it up. You can see them slowly walking towards long A. 3 G2 players waiting for them. They didn't wait for the crossfire there. They wanted to hunt for the intel, and Shoxy starting things off. They couldn't find multiple frags, and EnVyUS coming in from danger, pincering that position, finish it off, and get the advantage. But this is an interesting round. Apex on the scout on the T side. Doesn't really make much sense. I'd rather have a Galil or even an SMG than that weapon, considering you have Kenny S with the AWP. Let's see what he decides to do. He will be working his way towards long A. Going in first as well. Surely Kenny S should be facing these angles first. There it is. And once again, Smiths. This time he's a bit more passive and holding that tight angle, looking for the first kill.
Smiths is just hoping, holding the crosshair to the left because it gives more time to react. Less flip movement and the hand. Hi, I'm waving, and Smith says hello in return. Bomb has gone around the corner as well. I don't know if Radar would have spotted that. I don't know if he would either with his eyes, but Devil, he's got 1 kill back. AWP up close. Smiths can't land it. It's Kenny instead. Jumping style as always as Shocks. Gets spotted by, what a shot. Spotted by Happy, but his head gets taken off from the M4, however, as he wraps around. It's Kenny that finds him. It's now Kenny that's left alive. 1 versus 2. Fakes plant, expecting someone closer. And he wants to actually plant it in the corner. He's really overthinking this. They're going to boost back up. They're going the long way around to try and flank back to the A side. They're giving Kenny this plant.
I guess they want to pincer him together. Give him 2 targets here. The bomb has been planted. Kenny S wondering what's going on. The flashbang comes in. His body towards the connected doors, and his teammate's screen coming from middle. He's actually made it to the ramp now. So Kenny S from stable has an opportunity to find single targets.
And you wonder if this is a not wanting to stick together, as we talked about with Shocks, because it's Kenny in the AWP, and they know how fast he is. And they've got to cross this stable position. Oh, they're both going in front of it. This is perfect. Hits 1. Now he's got them isolated. This is exactly what Kenny's good at. Misses the second shot. Needs to dance around the pillar. That flash out's going to give him vision. The time's gone, and Kenny's got a no-scope regardless.
Just Kenny S things there. Unbelievable clutch from him. You have to say, though, G2, did they overthink that situation, Mo? We said That didn't really make sense. Surely if you know you're up against the AWPer, one of the best in the world as well, Kenny S, you want to give him 2 targets there. They delay it so much by going for that boost, going all the way around to middle as well. They're coming in together. I understand the idea there, but Kenny S just plays it to perfection, playing in a stable area. They didn't check it. Had they just come out connected together, yes, one of you is going to go down, but at least you have a chance to even get close to him or the refract straight away. That was risky from G2, and they pay the price. It's now an eco for them. Kenny S, a huge clutch in EnVyUS' T-side campaign here, and it's going to be an eco, but Happy finds the first kill, looking for the second, which he picks up.
Scream's got one back. I always wince when I see a player through the smoke, standing on platform, pull a nade, because you never know when that CT is going to come up and peak, but EnVyUS are starting to roll. Absolutely wipe the floor that time with G2, and well, it's going to put us at 7-7 as we get to round 15. And EnVyUS, 7 rounds against G2 CT side, but G2, excuse me, with 7 rounds CT, and we know EnVyUS struggles. I mean, this is still up in the air. There's no way to predict this yet. And that was lovely. That was great.
So well played. There's probably no other way he could win that round. With 2 targets, he has no idea where they are as well. He has to hope they don't check stables. It works out perfectly for him as well. Once he had that first kill, you knew Scream was up against it. Really impressive stuff there. It's great to see a player like Kenny S finding that kind of form. It's always electrifying to watch. We enter round number 15. And it's going to be a full buy for both teams. Smiths once again towards long A, looking for that first pick. It's going to be Sixer. Not committing towards long A at the start. They're holding up, but classic setup here. Happy towards B. Trying to show his hand. He's actually going a little bit more aggressive here in the smoke on the upper platform. Trying to find that first pick. Will be shut down though. Pretty lackluster approach, I have to say.
Yeah, trying to change it up from drop. Gets caught this time out in the open,
That's
but
better.
Kenny has pulled it back. Smiths, he tries to go hunting once more. Shocks, he might get caught in the open here. No, they look the wrong way. Apex expects to wrap. They've been stacking that long so much, and Shocks is sprayed down 3. He's got 4. The round goes to G2. They win the half, and Shocks completely shuts them out of the A site.
Just sick. What can you even say about that? Like this, when they've got 4 players, 1 on the A side, there's 1 guy to shut down. He's not the man you want waiting for you. Just so calm, so efficient, knows who he has to shoot at first, and he's just perfect with his technique. Every aspect of his game he nails there. Brilliant stuff from Shock. We saw a big round from Kenny S before, but let's look how precise this is. 3 kills there, and finishes off as well. Didn't even need that kill. His teammate's going to finish it off, but he wanted it just to show how good he is. Unbelievable. Yeah, you're right there, Matt. 8-7. That doesn't decide anything. It might be a T-sided map, but this duel, this derby, has proven to be anything but consistent. I have no idea what's going to be coming forward here. Shoxy and Kenny S definitely delivering the goods in terms of the impressive and exciting rounds. 4 sets of armor for the T-side here. Body, smoke and 2 flashes for him. Sixer is hunting out for intel on the upper platform now.
Well, I want a 3rd map, but at the same time, I don't know if I can handle one myself.
Yeah, I know. This is certainly delivered so far. And it's a slow play here from G2. If they can pick up this pistol, they've been so unlucky at them so far. They've lost all 3 in this series so far. Managed to pick up the 2nd round in the first half, but they'd love that 3-0, give them that edge.
Happy does make contact towards Shocks. He's got to fall away, though. They're already onto the site. Apex has peeked early. Body's got the shot. No element of surprise to try and drop them down once they commit. It's going to just be straight up G2 with a bomb plant with a man advantage. They stumble over each other. Scream nearly body blocks RPK, but he still manages to find the kill against Devil. And Kenny walking out of the hut. It's going to get spotted by Shock's bottom ramp, who closes it out against Sixer. It's 9 rounds now for G2, and the money goes the way of the terrorist side.
Yeah, G2 known for their pretty simple pistol executions.
2 pistols in this game, if I'm not mistaken.
No, EnVyUS got the first one.
You're right.
G2 came back in the second buy. So that's their first in the series here. So G2, 4 towards long A, 1 middle. Simple smoke goes down, and you saw Apex had to hit one of those shots. It's quite a passive ball from EnVyUS. Couldn't actually get the rotation calls in quick enough, and G2 capitalize. It will be the force buy from the CT, so 5-7s across the board. Body armor and a bit of head armor there as well. No rifles once again. This is an interesting idea from both of the French sides. This is what actually was the downfall for EnVyUS in that 2nd round, not having a single rifle to work with. It's going to be an MP7, 2 MAC-10s, and 2 UMPs. Like I said, you're going to do this kind of play. You want to be sticking together, keep it close range. Drop down would be the place I'd be suggesting to go, but once again, they'll be looking towards middle. Shoxy potentially with the backstab here. I'd assume he'll go in towards window and try and back up his teammates once the attention has been sent towards that side of the map. That's better of it and goes towards upper platform.
Apex Quick pat, flash out, tries to push in with that 5-7, but Body gets up close and personal. And Body bumps against Apex. Good pick up from Shox. Here's Kenny rotating over. He'll take him as well, and Shox is starting to get scary. He gets rolling like this. And you never know what's going to happen, but hold on, Happy. He's taking the bomb back with 2 quick kills on that 5-7. It's still going to be a 3 versus 1 as they get him back again. Shox the one to do so. Hat trick for him in the round, which puts him at 10 kills over the last 3 rounds, and Scream will close out against Sixer.
Yeah, you don't want to allow Shoxy to get in this sort of zone. 25 for 10. Scream being quiet this game. He's normally second fiddle and not far behind in terms of the frags. He's in 6 for 9, but to be fair, with Shoxy, this kind of performance, he's just taking every single frag in the rounds they're winning. He takes another 3 this round, and this will be the full eco for EnVyUS here. So now G2 on the more favored side will get the 3-0. Almost certainly. Just happy with the 5-7 as we go into round number 18.
Shox with the flash out. Oh, it does catch just enough of Devil, but he nearly got his vision back, and Kenny nearly gets baited in. Shox is again! What is this guy? He is on another planet!
Yep, once he gets this confident, he gets in the zone, it's very difficult to get him out of it. Another 2 kills, he adds to his kill count and makes it 27.
12 kills, if I'm not mistaken. Might be 11, but I think it's 12 over the last 4 now. I'm losing track. I know it's against pistols, but still he's doing it in such a convincing fashion. Finally, Sixer's going to silence him. Scream will start to make a charge toward that B site on rotation. Bomb, meanwhile, though, is slipped in to the A site. Body will plant it well and truly in the open. There will be no chance for anything surprising. Sixer's got a MAC-10 that could potentially do a little bit of damage and build up some money for the CTs if he can find a kill with it, but that's not going to happen. RPK gets to his own on the UMP. Apex, well and truly removed from all the activity out toward the B tunnels. They will get closer to him with this boost, though.
So Apex is the USB, but 4 players are going to be hunting him down at this point, trying to get an extra $600 for the trouble, and there it is. Smith will find it. So a quick 3-0 here in the second half. G2, as we said, first pistol in this series. They actually have managed to get 3 SMGs, which is actually, we call this the bonus round. It means you can take them into the first gun round. You know the CT to force in the second. It's unlikely to have head armor, so all of a sudden, these SMGs become very viable. And it means you can go in nice and quick. They've actually upgraded one of them. It's going to be Smiths getting the AWP instead of the MAC-10. I think that's probably a good call. And 2 of these SMGs, you normally see a nice fast round here from the terrorists. You know there's not going to be any incendiaries. Potentially not an AWP, not this case. It's going to be Kenny with the glass cannon. His body goes in first towards long A. 3 players to be backing him up. The bomb still towards mid, and it will be Shoxy holding the flanks.
Apex waiting to drop that smoke shoulder peek. Right click, leave it where he stood and fade back into the bomb site. And they will slowly clear out these angles, including danger, so as to negate any that might exist. As a flash goes over, it's Apex at Stables. It's, a close angle, and he overreacts. He snaps too far to the right. Body finds the kill. G2 finds an entrance, as RPK is going to get close with that UMP, but the problem is that Molotov, he can't get toward balcony fast enough. I think they're saving early on this. They're just going to give it up, play the long game, just let it go, let it happen.
Same old story, really, isn't it? Apex by himself on the A site. G2 seem aware of that as well. You find that 1 kill, you know that site's open. We've called it. We've been casting this team on this map a couple of times this event, and this seems to be the headline. They're not adjusting. They're not sending Kenny S. If you're up against it, surely you want the AWP on the A site to just shut that down. Someone like Kenny S is good for 1 or 2 kills in this situation. Apex with no grenades, no head armor. He's just there, a sitting duck on the site. G2 come out together, lock him down as Stables, round over, like you said. There's no even option to consider the retake. No kits available for the CTs. They need to start addressing this issue, or it's going to spiral out of control for them. Luckily, they do manage to keep 4 weapons alive. Looks like G2 won't be willing to risk the hunt, but still very efficient.
12 rounds in the first map already to their name. G2, the grudge match. The odds were in their favor, but again, you can't really predict national rivalries and matchups like this. Definitely. We've got another one after this, too. In case anyone's unaware, we have Heroic going against Dignitas. And it also means we're guaranteed 4 different nations in the semifinals. We've already got America, North America, with Shroud, of course, Canadian in there. On Cloud 9, you've got Sweden going through in an IP. You're going to have a guaranteed French team, and you're going to have a guaranteed Danish team.
Yep, that's a very cool storyline, actually. Well, then, we go into round number 20 after EnVyUS did manage to save 4 weapons. Apex, he's down to the Mag 7. By himself once again. It's going to be Happy going back towards the connector. They seem very stubborn with this playstyle. If Apex goes down quickly, they will strike once more. And this could be the same old story. Apex, so much pressure. How does he hold this off with just a Mag 7? He can get one, maybe that.
They've gone by. This is scary when the first player goes by and no one calls. You'd think they just keep going, but Scream does look back.
Look at them change. They know, okay, bomb side open, let's go.
And they instantly rotate over, but it might be too late. Scream hits Happy. AWP still for Kenny. We know that's threatening. We know he's been on form in this game so far. But that's a tall order. And again, they're going to save it. They're just going to play this long game. EnVyUS, we know them for force buying, but if they can keep weapons up, they can justify that in more of a sense. So why even go for it? Why take the risks? They need the weaponry as they're going to fall 6 rounds down now, 13-7.
It's hard to watch, isn't it? The same mistake throughout this cobble kind of campaign we've seen in this tournament. Apex by himself, this time unequipped once again. Why is Kenny not there? He should be the one alone. Apex this time just with a shotgun. If he dies, it's round over. Happy tries to do what he can. They know he's rotating. They drop Molotovs, a connector, and the balcony as well. He has no choice but to force himself out. Scream wins the Angel. Of course he does. And it's another save. And this time G2 have started to get money. They can actually force to actually go for the hunt. If they take any weapons down, that'd be fantastic. But the CTs are holding on. Kenny, 6, they're finding kills. Body, though, finds 1. Kenny keeps the orb. 13-7. This is getting a little bit frustrating in a sense to watch because you know that they're probably going to start adjusting now, and this is when you're G2 and you start calling, let's just do a B rush. You do the
opposite. Yeah, exactly. It's the same as what we saw on Dust when it was, okay, let's hit B, let's hit B, let's hit B. Double op comes out, they read the economy and say, all right, time to go A. Unfortunately, it didn't work that time, but it is the same counter read. They haven't really done much different, though. They've still got the 3 over toward B. The one change is, okay, there's a person at the top of connector, double op and play, that's why. It's Happy with the second one.
So at least he's more beneficial to the A side now. He can actually be a big risk with Whittle, actually get kills here, but fast B play, bodies out, but he hasn't affected a CT player. Kenny has to pick up the first one.
Yeah, checks that double smoke. Sixer calls, he can't see through it. Happy's got a tag as well. Double op starting to work. But RPK tagged up. It's not the kill, and Happy surprisingly only goes to 67 as he gets just clipped through the edge of the door. Shox is going Happy-esque, though. He's going to come out late. They're going to have no idea he's here. Sixer's still waiting on toward B. They've got no idea. He's got a perfect position. Again, Shox is being the difference maker. Bye-bye, Happy. You can have the second AWP. I'll just kill you. No response yet. They do turn back from the top of the platform. It's Devil to do so. That leaves Kenny to take the top of the ramp. He's got 2 now. A Scream will fall, and RPK, he finds Satan, but he goes down immediately after. Envy do respond with at least 1.
Yeah.
And that adaptation, again, as you say, that change of the play, just that second AWP and Happy's presence makes the difference. He doesn't get a kill, but he slows them tremendously.
Yeah, he actually got a tag as well, so at least it's something to actually funnel them back towards long A. He's actually holding that position pretty efficiently there, and it's a change at least. It's good to see them reacting, and G2 came closer with Shoxy's position. Anything could have happened. He could have actually walked past that CT player and killed the ones on the bomb site. Can you imagine if he did something like that?
Yeah, I know.
That would have been pretty sick if he'd have gone for that one, but goes to the first kill. And we go into...
That's a risk, though, because you never know when he's going to unscope and when he actually sees you in the peripherals, if he moves at all.
That would have been the godlike play there, right? Just take that risk and think, well, we're up against it, let's go for it. The thing is now, after the reinvestment grenades, this would be a full reset for EnVyUS. Regardless of winning the first round, this is dangerous territory for them.
Who was it that did that on Mirage? I think DDK
Pasha.
casted it. It was, that's right, Pasha snuck by the AWP player. Speaking of, Smith shows his head, and Kenny knows the angle. He's played it all the first half, so... Shot onto him, and down goes the AWP player on the T side. It'll be transferred over to Scream, who picks it up from his corpse, but he can't resuscitate and revive his teammate. Flash in, Shox. Oh, Devil overlooks it. He was completely blinded. He does still hit body, so makes up for it, I guess, but it could have been 2 kills, not 1. Or 1 and no trade if he doesn't go all the way around the corner. Good pickup from Scream. The AWP back out, and 6 are found. Kenny, he's inside of this smoke. He's trying to play clever with this AWP, and he's got 1. No! No way, Kenny! You gotta stop! Take it away from him. There's no way to shut him down up close today.
Apparently not. Kenny doing absolutely everything he can to keep the dream alive here on the second map. If they lose this, they're out the tournament, and G2 go to the semis, but Kenny was great on Dust 2, and he's finding form once again. 21 frags. Up close and personal. It seemed like the wrong call, but you have to remember this guy, one of the deadliest orbers at that sort of range, has hits both the no-scopes, and what an outcome that was. 13-9. Starting to close the gap now. No orb available for G2. A P90, a strange decision from Smith. Let's see how it works out. You'd assume it'll be a simple play towards B. All 5 players committed in. The smokes go down, maybe a couple of flashes over, and Smiths to lead the charge and see whether he can find Sixter at the steps here.
Kenny's got another, though. He's starting off well. Smiths does get one with that P90, and Kenny, they've countered him. Finally, they realize he's chicken coop, but Devil's pushed back through. Devil's got two. He's going to sit him behind the tree. He gets away as well. There's no trade. Scream and Shocks, the deadly duo, bomb down inside of the site, can't find the response fast enough, and they're down a man on the entry. And Devil, he isn't done. And is the AWP still on the Happy? And I still have one. Shocks, those got Apex back. And Devil's still trying to find the opening. Shocks might counter this. Oh, they peek each other just at the opposite timing. It's like a seesaw. And they never spot it coming. The shot from Shocks. No, Devil gets away. Shocks on 22, though. And the flash through, they're going to boost up. This is clever. Happy. Oh, is he spotted? Nails it. Got it just barely. I was worried he would miss with that 5-7.
Devil facing there. I thought that was the opportunity for Shocks. He can't quite find the kill. Pause comes in. It'll be tactical for G2 at this point. That was a semi-forced buy from them. I guess they did have AKs available in smokes, but Smiths just on that P90. It's going to be EnVyUS now finding 3 in a row. And they're back to the double orb setup. It seems since that's come in, they've been much more efficient in these gun rounds. It gives Happy more of a chance to back up Apex, and G2 focusing primarily towards that B site in a few recent rounds. Devil, though. I mean, great tournament so far, I'd say, for him.
Yeah, this is the tournament, the best tournament he's had on. We're finally seeing him come alive, and you can lay off the memes because he's playing great. I mean, he's been definitely a huge part of this series, and as well as yesterday on Cash. But you said it, they were slow to adapt. Why are they still making the same mistakes? And the double op setup is benefiting them. They finally got some pressure over toward A, or presence, excuse me, over toward A to support that solo player out at long, and Kenny is stepping up enough to keep them contained on B with just the 3 of them.
Yeah, this is what they needed. Kenny S. finding some of that glorious form we're so used to in 2014 and 2015. And this was the turning point. This is when EnVyUS got back into the game. Oh, here we go. The money's sitting at about, I would say, 3,500 average for the terrorists right now, and they will be going for the partial buy, not forcing this one. I think that's the right call. They have a substantial lead here. They're on the T side, the more favored side. There's no reason to keep forcing and allow EnVyUS to get back into this one. So leaving the money around the 2K mark, some more than others. Probably goes under 1,500, but they have one smoke and a few flashbangs. Maybe just a B rush coming in here. Smoke off the connector at the start of the round potentially, and splits the B bomb site. We'll see what they decide to do.
What a game. What a series. Kenny, classic Kenny, Shocks going beast mode. We're seeing 2 of the best players in the world in great form. We lost our game sounds post-timeout, but we've got lots of action. It's Sixer again, Kenny. He's found one back, and Happy's going to close screen. Fast round all in all, to be fair, against the timeout. And EnVyUS against the Pistols, not really much of a response, but now they've got lots of money on this T side as a result of playing disciplined in that regard, and they've easily got an AWP coming out at Smiths to grab it.
Yeah.
And he's, okay, he did get armor. I thought he didn't for a second.
That round there was trying to get the bomb down, try and boost their chances of this one, but still the money's absolutely fine. You can see they've got the smoke, some Molotovs, Smiths with the AWP, no head armor, which is a factor against these M4s, but not a huge one. And we have got an adjustment here. Here we go then. 2 players towards long A. It will be Apex, but this time he's backed up by Kenny S. This is what I want to see, some bit more dynamic play, something a bit more aggressive and trying to find that first kill and surprise the terrorists. They've had a pretty easy run of the A side so far, but the last 4 EnVyUS really have worked out a way to get back at them. Round 25 comes in, Devil using this smoke just to see over the gap there. It's not much to work with, but it's enough to spot heads. Problem is he's got Shocks waiting on the other side, who will be Molotoving him out of position.
Kenny again inside of that site, and Apex, he's got
Much
Scream
better
to follow it up. Now they've been able to push out. They're splitting up. I think EnVyUS is actually looking very alive. Finally on this map, Happy rotates over. There's no lurk potential for Shocks. EnVyUS, have they relearned and rediscovered how to play Cobble finally?
It seems so. That adjustment with Kenny S towards the A side as well, that's tremendous. They're going aggressive, they're looking for kills, nailing it as well. Apex is actually able to do something on this side of the map. Been having a rough game on the second half here, but now with some backup, it's a very convincing situation. 5 versus 2, RPK and Body trying to do what they can, but Happy finding the kill. The bomb's been dropped as well, and Body's taking a ton of damage here through the box. He will be going down, but not before taking down 6. They're happy to finish things off. 13-12. Another very close game. Dust 2 went all the way to 30 rounds.
I like it. The South Park reference. But nobody's killing Kenny now, not on this CT side. Shocks is being shut down late.
Yeah. And the money's, though, reset. It will be tying things up here, Matt.
I've got an idea.
Go on.
Let's just have a one-on-one Kenny versus Shocks right now.
What, just
Straight up.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, we can probably do that. Pause the game.
Let's make that the decider. Because they're both playing so well. That Molotov Extinguish doesn't do a lot of damage. There was no armor on Smiths, but he gets through, but doesn't, again, get by Kenny, who's playing from Chicken Coop so well, and Sixer supporting him. And he's going to have Devil cover off the doorway. They've lost one. They've lost two now. Okay, Sixer's fallen, but Shocks is the last alive, 1 versus 3. We're at 13-13 as G2. Round loss bonus building up. Should be able to buy full. Yeah, okay, so I was wondering if they were going to go double AWP, though. Is this a risk that they try and take? Do they try and let Shocks open things up instead of trying to lurk drop?
They were doing it on Dust too. It's not so viable on Cobble, I have to say. So just a single orb this time will be in the hands of Smiths. So this adjustment, since the double orb's been picked up, Matt, that's been the pivotal factor here. That's got EnVyUS back into us. It was a horrible start that went 5-0 down. But after that, it's been nothing but CT rounds, and they've tied things up. This is what it comes down to now. Who has the mental fortitude to close this one out? G2 want to finish things off and book themselves a place in the semi-final. EnVyUS trying to take things to cash.
So Molotov inside of the smoke. That's common. They'll try and push out, use that smoke to get nades and Molotovs off to where Chicken Coop at a better angle. We saw Happy doing that in the first half. Sixer have to save for the stand, and he's played quite well on that B platform. Of course, it helps when Kenny's hitting incredible shots, but he's doing enough to keep them busy, to keep them contained, even bait in Kenny in certain times when they're distracted fighting him. Smoke down, Devil's going to rotate long way around, and Kenny's got aggressive this time. No Molotov off toward that archway, at least not yet. And he's found the opening pick for, what, the 3rd round in a row? It's impressive. Now the Molotov lands. He's shuffled over. Yes, indeed. You saw it coming. We all did. Scream gets found. Body gets tagged. Tech9, but he overcommits. Body's got a chance. Now they've got a chance in the site because Shocks finally gets down drop as well. Is that the overcommitment that might cost them as they pull this back to 13-13? But it's Sixer, as mentioned, who's been efficient in this position. Body's low, but still manages to pull it back. So bomb is available. There's 33 seconds, and Shocks just walks out. Body's got the kill. There it is. Kenny gets aggressive, and finally they find the opening.
Kenny S. Too confident, it seems. 2 kills. He's low HP. He knows he legs someone on an upper platform, but he doesn't have enough information to justify that sort of play. That's a suicide. He goes in trying to go for the highlight reel, and I have to say that cost him the round. He could fall back to the fountain there, put the pressure towards G2, but he gives him an opening, and they capitalize. It's 14-13 now. That could have been it. EnVyUS could have taken this map, but G2 now with the double orb setup. We talked about it before. Unbelievable after working so hard to get those 2 kills. Excellent stuff, and that play with the Tech9, I do not agree with it.
Well, back and forth, and back and forth again. We are going to have the double up T side. Shocks is going to be the one to wield it, so they are going to try and use it against them. You can't beat them, join them, something along those lines. And Shocks will fade back off of that B long position. Why not take the AWP to drop? If he gets down, he's got the shot toward B platform. Sixer's limited. Seems like an odd play, but why not? We've seen some crazy stuff, and he's going to hold the angle.
Anything goes in this game, Matt. Anything goes.
He's going to hold the angle. I mean, you're dead right. Anything does go. I wouldn't be surprised to see 10 offs out at this point.
It is going to be Shocks going for the entry on the B side and drop down.
What? He's dodged that flash. He's dodged that flash. They have no idea. Devil's down. He can actually make this work. Second man still there. He has to watch Sixer. He's not at platform this time. Sixer, he's hesitant, though. He's so scared to go for this peek. He knows that flash did not come from Shocks because he didn't hear him scope in afterwards. So he has to know there's 2 players there. And Shocks has done it. He's actually gone for it.
Unbelievable. No one else in the world can pull that off. Shoxy is so confident. You could see Sixer panicking. Do I just opt out of the situation and smoke out and run away? No, he stayed and he got punished for it. 5-on-3 now. Kenny Esto, he's still alive. Can't land the first shot, but he gets the second.
But it leaves him open. That's the opening. Shocks gets inside Arch. The hard part's clearing it. If you can get an off in there, you can cover B platform, and it shows. And now Smiths comes alive. G2 has got map point, series point, semi-final point. And they do it after the timeout once Guns comes back up. And I have to say, Kenny overcommits, and then a crazy, ballsy, bold play from Shocks. AWP down drop, really, come on.
That's just not a thing, but like we said, anything does go. In these big rivalry games, you want to do the unexpected, and Sixer just didn't want to face that situation. He pulls a grenade out, and Shoxy, he gets 2, finishes it off with 3 as well, and now, series points, EnVyUS up against it, Shotgun, Deagle, couple of M4s. Kenny S has got the orb, though. They need 2 rounds to take it to overtime and stay alive in this tournament. The initial exchanges come in. Body spamming through the smoke, and we have some time to breathe here. as G2 have gone in with the default. They want to hunt out what's available. Devil struggled before with Justice Mag 10 and towards drop down.
Devil drop with a shotgun. We saw this early in the tournament. It wasn't as successful. Again, I have to give him praise for the way he's played this weekend, but or week rather, I guess. It's been a 5-day tournament. We're on day 4. But this was a problem, and Kenny gets absolutely ripped. Shox is showing us something new.
Unbelievable.
Take notes. This is just so good. We saw Shox go nuts, then Kenny comes back and responds second half, and now Shox is on it again.
37 kills for
Jesus
Shox.
That is God mode.
Get wrecked, MB.
Bow down to your new owner.
Yeah, this is it. Unbelievable. This is why he is one of the best players in the entire planet. Winning games single-handedly for his team right now. And we go into the 5-on-4. EnVyUS need to step up here. They don't have the weaponry. They've lost Kenny S. And Smiths, he sets up with a set piece. Sixer with a deagle. Panicking, he hear the footsteps. Can he step up? He can't. Body finds the first headshot.
Oh, Devil misses one, but does pull it back. Unfortunately, missing means he's in the open for body. Flash over Apex. He dodges that with the rock, but he's got to hit shots, man. And just one. Over peaks it in RPK. It's down to Happy. Sprays. He does get one versus 2. Bomb's going to be planted over toward Chicken Coop behind Statue, so Happy can't counter peek. He's actually tagged Smiths, but he's the one to close it. And the French battle goes to G2. It's the first time they've met in these organizations. The last time was Titan, and G2 comes out on top.
What a game. It may have only been 2 maps, Matt, but they both went the distance and delivered so many electrifying moments. Kenny S in impeccable form. Shoxy, he takes MVP without doubt. 37 kills on Cobble, single-handedly getting them back into those last few rounds. The AWP drop down, what the hell was that? And they hug it out, the 2 MVPs of the map. What a fantastic battle that was.
You miss me now, EnVyUS? Comes back to haunt them when he meets them with 37 kills. And any fan of Counter-Strike in general should have enjoyed that game, but specifically the fans of the French, because we just saw Shox and Kenny go absolutely nuts, and how appropriate he's on stage with Steppen.
Спасибо, ребята. Thank you, guys. So, the winner of this game, all team the winner of this game, but especially you with this amount of frags. Did you know that you beat 37 frags for this map?
Well, that's good.
That's good. That's perfect. Guys, once again, please, our applaudisement for the G2. Okay, let's talk about your team. This summer was not so successful for you. After very nice tournament in London, in Cologne it was not so good because of the group, I think, because of the group. And after that, a lot of people said that maybe you will change someone in your team. But you are still 5 of you. It's very nice to see it. What can you say about a change roster after some defeat?
No, I don't think so, because we found the right alchemy which make our team really strong, and it can be in-game or outside the game. Like, we all fit really well in all our worlds, so it's really good and we won't change.
So you have a lot of plans and you understand that your team with you and everything is okay. Okay, last question. Maybe you know some opponent, some team that are not convincing to you, that it's very hard to play with them, especially in this tournament?
Well, the most hard, I think it was EnVyUS, definitely. It was the most hardest team for us. So now that we beat them, I think we can beat everyone.
So here, it's cup for you.
Yeah.
Thanks. I wish you good luck. It was Shoxy from G2. It was incredible game, and right now we will back to you after short break.